Strong in the ring, strong on the mic. I can only hope that guy has FU money because he really likes to say FU to a lot of people.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exclusive Sportskeeda Scouting Report segment. And today I have a gentleman who was, he's seen quite often in AEW, All Elite Wrestling, and you've told me what an elite manager of champions you are. Dan Lambert, welcome to the Apter Chat to Scouting Reports.
Well, thanks for having me. And I remember you as an old school guy back in the days when I would buy wrestling magazines, so don't let me down. And I hope you haven't turned into a snowflake like the rest of these people that are probably watching.
Now, wait a minute. How do you describe what you mean snowflake?
Snowflake, people who get triggered and melt over the slightest thing that they don't like.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not one of those guys.
Okay, good. Go.
So right now I've got a bunch of questions here for our scouting report, and you have not been a professional wrestler, but you manage wrestlers. So first of all, let's find out what happened to your team here at this point. Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky, where are they? What's going on?
Sky had an injury. He fought the best of the best. He went and won that TNT title. Mm-hmm. Had a serious knee injury, but rather than back out of a fight with the guy who was probably the hottest and scariest guy in the promotion at the time, Wardlow, he went in there on one leg and lost a closely contested battle, and he's had to take a few months off getting better.
Okay.
Ethan Page has joined up with some other people, and he's going on to big things.
Okay.
And just missed out on a chance at the title, but I think you'll be seeing him back sooner than later, and I think he's going to go pretty far.
So you think America's top team is going to be challenging for the tag team belts again?
I don't really know. I got a little sick of the people at AEW, the fans. They're just, all they do is whine. All they do is bitch. All they do is moan. If I wanted to do that overnight every Wednesday, I'd just sit home with my wife. So I took a little break, and I'm back home and readjusting and figuring out what's next in the future.
So you're not too crazy about AEW fans?
I really don't like the fans. I like the product. I like wrestling. I like the fact that they got a little bit of everything, no matter what whatever fits your fancy. If you like hardcore stuff, if you like some of the lucha libre stuff, if you like some real technical stuff like FTR, they've got a little bit of everything. But it's one of those things where the sum of all the parts is less than those parts. Something about the whole thing, and you mix it in with the fans and the audience, it just kind of makes me sick.
Well, what makes you the expert on that?
I've been a wrestling fan for probably longer than you, Bill Apter, and even if you've been around longer than I am, I think I'm a little smarter than you. So I think that makes me the expert.
Okay, I'm not going to argue with you. All right, so what I've done here for the scouting report segment is I've taken a bunch of names, mainly from AEW, and I want to find out how you would work with them if you were their manager, because you've always told me what an incredible manager you are. So let's start off with someone who's not there at this point. A lot of controversy went on, but we want to talk about him as a wrestler, strengths, weaknesses, and how you would fine-tune this person if you were managing him. And we're going to start off with CM Punk.
Okay, CM Punk's a little bit of a difficult puzzle to analyze. Strong in the ring, strong on the mic. I can only hope that guy has FU money because he really likes to say FU to a lot of people.
He does. He does. What would you do if you managed him? How would you fine-tune his career?
I probably advise him to pay a little bit less attention to some of the things out of the ring that might bother him, and a little more on the in-ring stuff, because he is just so good in that ring. He is so good at getting inside the opponent's head. He is so good at the psychological game, both with the opponent and with the fans. And he's a real technical guy in the ring. You've seen him work many different styles. He's been a favorite of the fans. He's been a guy that wants to stick his finger in the eye, and no matter what approach he takes, he's successful. He's gotten to the top of everywhere he's been. And I just think sometimes he might take his eye off the ball, which is he can't help himself from letting people know his real thoughts every single second of every minute of every day.
What did you think when he, since you've been involved for such a long time, also with MMA. What did you think of him when he went to MMA?
I think that was pretty cool. You take a guy that was Punk's age, beat up over the years of wrestling, because nobody can deny the toll physically that professional wrestling takes on somebody's body. It's actually even far greater than it is in the sport of MMA. So for him to take on a new challenge in a new sport at that advanced age, considering he probably wasn't in his peak physical performance days, it's pretty impressive that he would go step into the cage and fight high level guys at that point. So, win, lose or draw, he has my respect for that.
All right, so I'm going to come up with something brand new here, which I haven't done yet. On a scale of 1 to 5, with something wrong with
when you get to be my age, you forget about things all the time, and I set up these alarms all the time on my phone to remind me that I'm going to be doing something. But when I get the alarm, I can't remember what I set it for.
Okay, all right. Well. So what I want to come up with here is like a ranking from 1 to 5, with 5 being the best. CM Punk, where would you put him on a 1 to 5 basis?
Whole package, in the ring, on the mic, professional wrestling, MMA. What are you asking?
Everything. A 5?
In the professional wrestling world, CM Punk's a 5. I mean, look at the success he's gotten, the money he's drawn, the fans he's attracted. I mean, I was in Chicago for some of his shows, and I found myself walking outside of the dressing room just to get near the crowd so I could just be part of their response to him. It was something that you don't see a lot. So yeah, he's a 5.
Okay.